Hey guys, it's Sean Bodley here. Today I thought I'd show you part of a song with some finger picking in it. Not so much to learn the song, but because it's actually a really good exercise to get your fingers moving for finger picking. If you want to learn the entire song, you can probably find videos on the internet on YouTube for that. But we're just going to learn the verse, and this is for the song Bloodstream by Ed Sheeran. So basically, there's three parts to this verse that create the full sound of the song. Now I know Ed plays it different ways and has done since he wrote the song. I've seen him play it with a capo on the 1st fret, the 4th fret, the 5th fret, various different ways of doing it. And this way that I'm going to teach you is the way that I've found to be the closest to how it sounds on the album, and it's also the easiest way to play the song. So he uses three different parts to create this song. Two different picking parts and a percussive part as well. Now when he does it live, he has a looper pedal, so he's able to record the first picking part, loop it, play the second picking part, loop it, play the percussive part, loop that. And then he can switch those in and out throughout the song depending on how he wants it to sound. So we're going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to record the first part, record the second part, record the third part, bring them in one at a time so that it builds up the song so that you can hear what it's going to sound like. We're going to start firstly with an acoustic guitar. Now this guitar is originally put into standard tuning, and then we're going to tune the 3rd string, which is the G string, down to an E. So it's going to sound the same as your bottom string here, your E. So we've got your standard tuned guitar, 3rd string from a G down to an E. Now the other thing you're going to need is a capo, and that's going to get clipped onto the 4th fret. So pop that on here. Right, and let's get into the picking. Okay, for the first part of the picking, the first track of the picking for this song, we're going to start with a power chord at the 2nd fret. So we're going to take our first finger and move it right up to the 5th string, and then we're going to put another finger down on the 4th string on the next string down with 1 fret gap, so a power chord like that. Now there should be some tab that I'll pop up for this as well. So we're going to start with our thumb on the 5th string, our first finger on the 4th string, and our second finger on the open 3rd string. So it sounds like this. So you're just picking down 1, 2, 3. Now there's going to be 8 notes that we play, so we're going to do 2 lots of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So that's how it's going to sound like this. Okay, and we're going to do it twice. Cool. Okay, now our second chord is on the top at 3. Now all that's going to change with our picking is our thumb is going to move up to the top string. Same picking pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. Now we're going to move it to the 2nd fret and onto the 4th string. And our thumb is going to move back down to the 5th. And lastly, the thumb's going to move back up to the top again. We're not going to worry about having any fingers on there, and we're just going to pick from the top string and still playing on the 4th and the 3rd. Okay, so if I piece all that together, 4 different chords from the 5th string, up to the top, thumb moves up, down to the 4th string, and the thumb drops to the 5th again. Thumb moves to the top, open. Now the other thing that Ed does to give it more of a sort of percussive sound is he mutes the entire thing by having his hand sort of resting on the bridge there. So you get this sort of sound. So it stops the notes from ringing out. So you get that sort of sound. Cool. So that is the first picking track. Okay, for the second picking track, it's exactly the same chords. So still our power chord, our finger at the first string on the top at 3, then the 4th, and then open. So exactly the same 4 chord shapes, it's just the picking pattern that's going to change. So we're going to do the same thing. Our thumb is going to alternate between the 5th and the 6th string depending on the chord. So starting with this one, we're going to pick the 5th and then the 2nd and the 4th together, like that. And then afterwards we're going to do a picking pattern of 5, 3, 4, 2. 5, 3, 4, 2. So bass note, 2nd and 4th together. 5, 3, 4, 2. And we're going to do it twice like this. Okay, and we move to the 2nd chord, the bass note moves to the top, same picking. Thumb on the 6th, 2 and 4 together, and then 6, 3, 4, 2. So it's going to sound like this. Now to our 3rd chord, so we've got this on the 4th string, and we're going to pick the 5th, then the 2nd and the 4th together, and then 5, 3, 4, 2. And then lastly, we move to the top, and we're going to pick the 6th, 4 and 2 together, and then 6, 3, 4, 2. Together, that sounds like this. Okay, now our 3rd and final track is just a percussive track, so it's literally just hitting the guitar in time with the song, like that. So now I'm going to go through and layer each of those 3 parts on top of each other, and we'll see how it all comes together.